A chocante morte de uma estrela. O mundo quer saber como foi. E cada minuto conta.
Singer Marvin Gaye was shot and killed Sunday in Los Angeles.
Veja em primeira mão a reconstituição do crime. Com animação forense e recriações de cenas. Acompanhe a investigação da polícia correndo para solucionar o caso. Hoje, a sensação da gravadora Motown. Marvin Gaye, assassinado pelo pai.
I heard Mother Gaye crying hysterically. Father shot Marvin.
Veja a corrida para salvar a vida da lenda do R&B.
When I saw Marvin, he appeared lifeless. He wasn't moving, he wasn't breathing on his own.
Faça seu julgamento. Pai furioso matou a sangue frio.
The father took 1 or 2 steps closer and fired the second shot.
It looked like a solid murder case to me.
Ou uma depressão causada por drogas levou Marvin Gaye a articular isso.
I believe Marvin thought that father might be his answer to relieve him of his misery.
Even in his death, there was great artistry, great irony, and there was unforgettable drama.
Em Famous Crime Scene, Marvin Gaye. Domingo, 1º de abril de 84. Depois de anos de turnê pelo exterior, Marvin Gaye está morando em um distrito de Los Angeles, com seus pais Alberta e Marvin Gaye, seu irmão Frankie e sua cunhada Irene.
Marvin moved back to LA when he found out that his mother was sick. Frankie and I had been in Belgium with him, and Sexual Healing had basically just come out.
He had this big hit. It was like, #1 hit all over the world. And he won a Grammy. And though he had a couple of very tumultuous marriages and owed the IRS hundreds of thousands of dollars, it would seem to be a point at which everything would go up in Marvin Gaye's career. And yet the opposite happened.
O irmão e a cunhada de Marvin Gaye moram em um apartamento em cima da garagem da casa. Nessa manhã, Frankie está na sala e Irene na cozinha do apartamento. Na casa principal, Marvin e sua mãe estão no quarto do cantor, à esquerda da casa. O pai de Marvin está no quarto que fica no mesmo corredor. Era quase meio-dia quando Irene e Frankie notam algo de errado na casa principal.
I heard this pop and it sounded like a gunshot. A few minutes later, I heard Mother Gaye crying hysterically, so Frankie and I ran down to see what was wrong with her. She was bent over, just crying hysterically, and I rushed to her and I said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And she said, "Marvin's been shot. Father shot Marvin." I just could not believe my ears.
Frankie rushed over to the house, and when he started up the stairs, he didn't know where his father was, whether or not he still had the gun, so he was very cautious.
Frankie vê o irmão estirado no chão do quarto. Ele corre e tenta estancar o sangue.
Frankie was just cradling Marvin, telling him everything's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. He leaned over the banister and said to me, quick, call 911.
This is 911.
I said to her, "Please send an ambulance. Marvin Gaye has been shot." And that's when she said to me, "This is April Fool's. It's a serious thing to make a joke." And I said, "It's no joke, please hurry."
I was on patrol with my partner. We got a radio call of shots fired, victim down, suspect still at location. Respond code 3, which means lights and sirens. And they gave us the address. Everybody in the division knew it belonged to Marvin Gaye, so we responded as quickly as we could.
A polícia se apressou, mas os paramédicos chegaram primeiro.
When the paramedics approached the scene, it was still an unsafe scene with the shooter still there with the weapons. So we were not allowed to approach the house until LAPD had secured the home.
They wouldn't go in the house until they could see that the gun was no longer in the father's possession. I don't know how much time was lost because of that.
Preocupada com a perda de tempo, ao ver o cunhado perder sangue, Irene decide assegurar o local sozinha.
I went upstairs. Father was just standing, just kind of dazed looking. And I asked him, "Where did you put the gun?" He couldn't tell me. He was just in a daze. So I'm looking all around his bedroom, the dresser. Couldn't find it anywhere. So I started tossing things around and I lifted the pillow on the bed and there it was under the pillow. So I grabbed it and quickly run downstairs. The cops were outside, and to me it was like a movie because they had their guns drawn and they're shouting to place the gun down.
Down, man. She threw the gun out, so I picked the gun up, put it in my pocket.
Once the scene was secure, Marvin Gaye was found by Los Angeles firefighter paramedics on the floor in his bedroom, a victim of 2 gunshot wounds, one in the shoulder and one in the chest.
Primeiro, os paramédicos tentaram estancar a hemorragia de Marvin. E depois, continuaram com os procedimentos básicos de emergência.
Very simple. If the patient's not breathing, start him breathing. If he's bleeding out, we need to stop the bleeding. If his heart's not beating, we need to get that restarted. He was not breathing, so he was intubated, so that air was brought directly right into the lungs.
A intubação é usada em pacientes inconscientes ou incapazes de respirar. Um tubo de plástico flexível foi introduzido, passando pela laringe e traqueia. Um respirador manual foi usado para mandar oxigênio para os pulmões.
When I saw Marvin Jr. being worked on, he appeared lifeless. He wasn't moving. He wasn't breathing on his own. They were just keeping oxygen flowing through his body.
They were quite some time with him, and then they brought the gurney in. One of the attendants said to me, "Does anybody know this guy's name?" And I said, "It's Marvin Gaye," and he just went, "Wow." And the tears were just coming down his face. It was really quite sad.
Ao 12h41, Marvin foi finalmente levado para o hospital. No caminho, os paramédicos fizeram de tudo para ressuscitá-lo. Mas Marvin sofreu um infarto, chegando ao hospital sem pressão sanguínea e sem batimento cardíaco.
Marvin Gaye was brought into the California Hospital Medical Center at 12:56 p.m. There was massive internal hemorrhaging, so a chest tube was placed in the right side of Marvin's chest, draining out 1,000 cc's of blood. An emergency thoracotomy was performed on the left side so that the physicians would have access to his heart and lungs.
Depois de abrir o tórax de Marvin, os médicos realizaram uma massagem cardíaca na tentativa de reanimá-lo. Mas ele não reagiu a nenhum procedimento. E Marvin Gaye foi declarado morto a 1h01 da tarde. Nessa mesma hora, a polícia começava a investigar esse terrível assassinato.
All we really knew at that point was that Marvin Gaye Jr. had been shot. The father was supposed to be the suspect who recovered the gun, but the exact circumstances we weren't certain of at that time.
I've never been to a scene where a father or a parent had killed one of their own. And then especially being Marvin Gaye, it was shocking. Marvin Sr. was taken into custody and transported to the station.
I was assigned to Wilshire Area Homicide with my then partner, Woodrow Parks. We received a report that Marvin Gaye had been the victim of a gunshot wound and expired from his wounds.
Our next steps were to do interviews and find out what actually motivated the ultimate shooting of Marvin Gaye.
A seguir, o pai de Marvin Gaye matou o próprio filho ou foi legítima defesa? Em Famous Crime Scene, Marvin Gaye. Famous Crime Scene, Marvin Gaye.
Rhythm and blues singer Marvin Gaye, whose songs have been at the top of the soul music charts for 3 decades, was shot and killed today in his home in Los Angeles.
Poucas horas depois, o cenário do assassinato de Marvin Gaye estava cheio de repórteres, fãs e amigos lamentando sua morte.
There was a huge crowd outside the house, and they were singing spiritual songs. You just couldn't believe what had happened. Couldn't believe you weren't going to see him again, or he wasn't going to be there. It was just really hard to accept.
Enquanto isso, detetives investigavam o que levou à morte do cantor. E com o suspeito detido, a polícia tinha as primeiras evidências.
Marvin Gaye Sr. was in a holding tank at the station, and we took what's called a GSR test. It's a gunshot residue test from his hands.
O teste de resíduo de pólvora mostra se um suspeito disparou uma arma. Discos de alumínio com substância adesiva são passados no dorso da mão e nos dedos polegar e indicador. Depois, em um microscópio, buscam-se partículas de pólvora.
There was residue on his right hand that proved he had fired a weapon that day.
Os investigadores também interrogaram para determinar uma sequência dos eventos que levaram ao disparo.
Woody and I interviewed him from at Wilshire Station, and he gave us his version of events.
He had been looking for some insurance papers and gone into Marvin's room and asked the mother about the papers. And Marvin Gaye Jr. became very upset. They got in a very heated argument.
As a result of the argument, Marvin became very agitated and pushed his father and then began to strike him. The father went into his bedroom, lay down on his bed. Marvin came into the bedroom and Marvin started kicking his father. Father was trying to protect himself, reached under his pillow and took a gun and fired at Marvin. Marvin backed out of the room and the father pursued him and shot again outside.
Os detetives interrogaram membros da família que deram outra versão dos acontecimentos.
We knew we had 3 witnesses, so we spoke with all of them briefly.
Mother was able to explain to the police exactly what she had seen.
Alberta conta que estava no quarto do filho quando seu marido começou a gritar sobre a perda das apólices. Quando Marvin Jr. afrontou o pai, começaram a brigar.
Marvin told his dad, stop yelling at Mom. And Marvin's dad says, I'll do what I want to do. Don't tell me how to treat her. And Marvin basically gets up and hits him.
They went out of the room into a hallway where the physical fight actually took place. And she actually did go out there and broke it up and got Marvin back into his room.
She was in the bedroom with Marvin Gaye Jr., talking to him, settling him down, when the father walked in with the gun in his hand and fired.
The father took 1 or 2 steps closer and fired the second shot. And she became hysterical and she got out of the room as quick as she could.
Para determinar qual versão é verdadeira, os investigadores usaram provas físicas e científicas. No dia seguinte, Marvin Gaye teria completado 45 anos. Foi o dia da sua autópsia.
There were 2 gunshot wounds on the body, one on the right side of the chest above the right nipple, and then one on the left side just above the left clavicle.
Quando a bala de uma arma é disparada, libera-se pólvora que a curta distância atinge a pele da vítima, causando vários pontos de feridas. É a zona de tatuagem. Embora tenha sido encontrado no ombro de Marvin, não havia resíduo de pólvora em seu tórax.
If Marvin Gaye attacked his father in bed and the father reached under the pillow to grab his weapon, as was in his statement, he would have shot Marvin Gaye Jr. at a very close range. There would have been stippling.
The absence of that evidence substantiated positions of the people that Mrs. Gaye had provided to us.
Depois das evidências externas, os patologistas analisaram os ferimentos internos, o que lançou mais dúvidas sobre a versão do pai. O primeiro ferimento foi entre a 4ª e a 5ª costela de Marvin. A bala perfurou o pulmão e passou pelos ventrículos do coração, impedindo a circulação de sangue oxigenado em Marvin. Depois, a bala perfurou o fígado e se alojou no corpo.
Gunshot wound number 1 was considered to be the fatal wound. It clearly did the most damage when it entered the body, hitting the most vital organs.
O primeiro ferimento mostra que a bala se deslocou da direita para a esquerda, com a arma apontada para baixo em um ângulo de 30 graus, indicando que o atirador estava acima da vítima e não abaixo. As evidências físicas da autópsia aprovam que o pai de Marvin Gaye não foi sincero com a polícia.
From that point, we need to know what the reasoning for the shooting was. Mrs. Gaye said that they had a rough relationship and there was a power struggle over who was the man of the house.
Father was jealous of the fact that Marvin provided all of the monies for the family and he wasn't the chief #1 provider and hadn't been for years.
Com um histórico de ciúmes e raiva do filho como mais uma prova contra o suspeito, a promotoria decide acusá-lo por homicídio qualificado. Se condenado, ele levaria a prisão perpétua ou pena de morte.
There was a great deal of public interest in the case because a number of the fans thought that Mr. Gaye should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
There'd been a break in this fight. Things had calmed down. He had gone into his room, got the gun, and went back. So I figured that was good evidence of premeditation, and it looked like a solid murder case to me.
A seguir, o pai de Marvin Gaye pode ser condenado à morte, mas uma nova prova enfraquece a acusação. Em Famous Crime Scene, Marvin Gaye. Famous Crime Scene, Marvin Gaye. Dias depois do assassinato, a promotoria parecia ter resolvido o caso contra o Sr. Marvin Gaye. Mas os advogados de defesa rapidamente encontraram evidência para a teoria de legítima defesa.
The question was, now, how are we going to defend him? And from the pictures that we had of Mr. Gay that were taken very shortly after the incident, the police took these pictures. They showed severe bruises and evidence that he had been beaten. And as the story developed, this looked like a pretty good self-defense case.
Through interviews with the mother and with Frank, the brother, we learned that Marvin had hit his father a number of times in the past.
They described the relationship growing up. The father beat his children, and that at some point Marvin grew bigger, taller than his dad, and a few years after that, that dynamic shifted, so that now the person doing the abusing and the beating was Marvin Jr.
It was our impression that Marvin Sr. was tired of being beaten by his son, and this was the final straw, and he wasn't going to let it happen again.
Como o pai alegou legítima defesa, seus advogados procuraram saber por que Marvin Jr. ficou tão furioso e fora de controle. Eles revisaram a autópsia.
Mr. Gay was found to have a mucosal ulcer on his left side of his septum in his nose during the autopsy. An irritation of the tissue caused by probably repeated exposure to a foreign substance, and often an indication that a person might have used cocaine habitually.
Prolonged use or abuse of cocaine can cause marked changes in someone's personality and someone's brain function. It can make them angry, agitated, confused, make them blow up. It's very possible that Marvin's use or abuse of cocaine over a period of time would have contributed to the behavior that led to his death.
His mother said on occasion when he used cocaine that he could become violent or he could fly off the handle much easier than normal.
Com os interrogatórios, os detetives fizeram outra ligação entre as drogas e a morte de Marvin. O vício era tanto que muitos achavam que ele era suicida.
His mother discussed the feelings of paranoia, the depression. The man was in a downward spiral. His life was not going to end well, but it was certainly going to end.
I think Marvin is suicidal. I believe Marvin thought that father might be his answer to relieve him of his misery.
He orchestrated his death like he would create his own concept album. Because even in his death, there was great artistry, there was great irony, and there was unforgettable drama.
A defesa tentou transformar o que parecia ser caso claro de homicídio em possível suicídio. E a acusação enfrenta outro obstáculo: a saúde do pai de Marvin.
After Marvin Sr. had been in custody for a few weeks, he was complaining of headaches and such.
The family had indicated that he had some very bizarre and erratic behavior several months prior to the shooting, and they wanted to know if there was some reason that he was having that behavior. Mr. Gay Sr. was examined, and he was found to have a brain tumor.
We found out about it, and we wanted to explore whether or not that had any effect on his mental capacity, and whether that might have been a defense.
O tumor do pai de Marvin era na hipófise. Esse tipo de tumor pode causar aumento ou redução de hormônios e exercer excesso de pressão sobre o cérebro, o que pode influenciar o comportamento da pessoa.
That did change a number of things in the case. I have to prove this to 12 jurors beyond a reasonable doubt. Can I do that knowing that there's a brain tumor that may have affected his behavior?
Com a retirada do tumor em maio de 84, o pai de Marvin foi considerado apto para ser julgado. Mas levando em conta o estado mental da vítima e a idade e saúde do acusado, os promotores decidem atenuar as acusações contra ele.
The murder on the first-degree charge was agreed to be pled out as a voluntary manslaughter. So he would have a range of 0 time in jail all the way up to 13 years, and that would be decided by the judge.
7 meses depois de atirar no filho, Marvin Gaye não contestou as acusações. E o juiz lê a sentença.
Mr. Gay will be on probation with the probation officer of this county for 5 years. I will not require that you do any further county jail time in this matter.
Marvin Gaye Sr. was given a 6-year suspended sentence, 5 years probation, and was ordered to refrain from any type of gun use.
I mean this from my heart. I wish I could do it back. I wish, you know, I just really, it's killing me. I'm sorry.
Logo depois do julgamento, Alberta Gay se divorciou de Marvin Gaye. E ele passou os últimos 14 anos de sua vida sozinho no asilo.
Probably the best thing for him to do was just to spend the rest of his days in a retirement home, because Mother Gay didn't want anything to do with him ever again. But there's only one person that can really judge Father, and he's up there.
Uma das maiores revelações da Motown, Marvin Gaye foi um talentoso pioneiro da soul music e do R&B, o que deixa sua morte repentina e chocante ainda mais trágica.
Marvin Gaye was so loved by everybody, his fans, his collaborators. I think he's one of the most important artists of the 20th century.
No words could ever come to me to really explain the loss that Marvin is to this world. The title of his song say it all. What's going on? Save the children. Mercy, mercy me. You know, all of those things were really huge impressions Marvin left on this world. He was just a kind soul and a huge loss.